right. Well, let's go ahead and get this thing started. Welcome to the morning after. I'm Tia.
I'm too.
Sharice.
All right. In this episode, we're going to talk about mental health and the things that we experience, not just in our relationships, but with our families. And so, all right, I have the first question. First question is, when does being strong become emotional suppression?
I would say whenever you don't express and speak about it, whenever you start to hold things in,
Okay.
that's what I would say. What would you say, Miss Reese?
Well, the strong friend, the strong person, we don't feel because I am what is the considered the strong friend.
Same.
We don't feel like we have a place to not be strong. So then, in turn, we start to just hold everything in.
Yeah, internalize everything.
You know, one of the main problems, though, I know at least for me, the smallest thing could trigger me. And I'm snapping, and everybody's confused because they're like, well, it was a fork in the sink. Like, why? It wasn't that serious?
Yeah, because I've been talking to you about these forks in the
For
sink.
6 months. Or like since you could stand up by the sink.
Yes.
So, you know, that whole strong narrative is, it's really BS.
It is.
It really is.
But it's something that's taught sometimes to us and modeled for us, right?
Oh, it's definitely
Because-
taught to Black women.
Absolutely.
For sure.
Like I was looking at my grandmother, my great grandmother, my mom, aunties, like we're taught in our community to hold a certain level of strength. And I don't know about y'all, I'm the oldest of four. And so being the oldest, it's another level of strength that we have to endure because it's like you
You're
have
the
to make
example.
sure, one, you're the example. Next, you have to make sure that everybody else is taken care of before you. And it's always, oh, go talk to your sibling about so and so and so. Go talk to your mother about this. You're always the, intermediate between everything. And so I think you just get to the space where you internalize, like you said, you internalize everything. And it's almost like you don't even have time to be
That's
to
it.
process your emotions. I also I talked about it the one of the last episodes. Just I kids young, so like processing my emotions. I didn't have time to process my emotions. It's always go time. It's like let's go one thing to the
Right.
next thing. So, I think with Black women especially, we're always trying to make sure everybody else is okay before
Yeah.
we even sit to process what we're experiencing or how we're feeling about things.
And
I've literally
yeah.
said, I'll feel an emotion coming up and I'll cut it because, like, I don't have time.
Right, and
for
we
that.
think we don't have time.
Yeah,
we
no,
think
like-
we be
yeah, like, I
thinking we
don't-
don't have time to. And that reminds me of what you said, like about grandparents and stuff. Like when I lost mine in June, and some days I'll sit at the house and just think like I've never seen my grandmother cry ever in my life, and that just makes me just when everything come full circle, and I'm just like. Granny was going through all of this. Like, she lost her husband. She was dealing with cancer. She never let us see a tear.
Correct.
Ever. But she probably cried herself to sleep some nights. So that made me sit and think, like, wow, Granny, she got up every day, cooked, cleaned, did everything, never complained on nothing. And she was suppressing, like, everything because she was the glue. And it was just like, wow, like, I would see how that can tear someone down because my mama said it. She told her, like, she tired.
Yeah.
But it
it's
it
just
gives
like-
off a false reality
Yes.
to our children and people who look up to us because they feel like they have to live up to what we're showing.
Yes.
But really, that's not us.
Yeah.
I know. I think I've said this on another episode. Like, I thought I was really putting up a good front for my children when I went through my divorce.
Right.
But, they would hear me crying. And I didn't think they did because I thought I turned the TV and the music on.
Right.
But I remember my youngest said one time, she was like, "Mommy, I'm glad you're happy now." This was some years later, and I was like, "Happy now? When did you know me not to be happy?" Is what I was thinking to
Yeah.
myself.
Right.
But they were paying attention. I didn't think so.
Yeah.
And it does. It puts us up on this mantle that we're really. I know I personally, I don't need to be up on nobody's mantle. Like
Right.
you know, it's a struggle.
Nashville, Ali Lifestyle presents the fourth annual For the Fathers celebration on Saturday, June the 6th from 6 to 9 p.m., located at 705 Rivergate Parkway in Goodlettsville, Tennessee. Yes, you don't want to miss this amazing celebration of all fathers, and we want to see you there. So come on out to the fourth annual For the Fathers celebration on Saturday, June the 6th from 6 to 9 p.m., located at 705 Rivergate Parkway in Goodlettsville, Tennessee. This is an Ali Lifestyle production, and we'll see you there.
Yeah.
Most days they don't know. Like I would be going from one school. My daughters are 4 years apart, so I'd be
Okay.
going from one school to the next. I would cry all the way because it's like, man, this is not supposed to be this hard. Is
Yeah.
it supposed to be this hard? So
But when you see your daughters, it's like,
yeah,
Yeah.
you
put it
know,
together.
It's like
you
mommy
know?
can do
Yeah.
all the things.
Yes.
But they don't know when I close my door, it's like, I don't feel like I can do any of the things.
Yes, absolutely. I think one of the things that I also had to really be cognizant of is the fact that, like, the grief, like, if you don't allow yourself to process the grief, like you talked about, I remember we talked about divorce in our previous episodes, like, we have to process that grief of losing someone, you
It's a
know.
death.
Yeah,
I
it
didn't-
is, you know.
I didn't understand that. My mother used
Yeah.
to say that. I
Yeah.
didn't understand that until.
Yes,
Yeah.
losing your like you when you get to a certain age, losing friends, and even being younger, losing friends. You know, we don't grieve those experiences that we go through. We're suppressing them because, like you said, we're just like, oh, it's on. I don't even have time. I have to make sure that I'm getting my kids to school. My kids are okay. They're eating. I have to make sure there's groceries in the house. I make sure the bills are paid. Especially when you're a single woman with children, or you know, or even a married woman with children. You have so many different things that are happening at the same time that you just don't feel like I can take the time to breathe. But then what happens to it is it ends up festering in our bodies. And your body, like you were talking about your grandmother, your body ends up breaking down. You know, Black women deal with so many different heart issues because we are containing things in our bodies that are impacting the way our heart works. And it's like, when do we get to the point where we are able to be more vulnerable and say, no, I'm not okay. Like, no, I can't take one more thing, you know, or no, I need a moment to process it. And I know I've been more mindful of saying that to my family, like, I need a beat. Like, I need a space to just kind of sit with this and know I can't do one more thing, because if so, it's going to take me over the edge. Or when I start feeling it now, you know.
I literally feel it in my body now. I was telling a friend that, like, I feel it physically when, you know, it's really too much. Like,
Yeah.
everything. Like, I feel my whole body kind of does like this tingling thing, and it causes me like, okay, you need to stop.
Yeah,
Not
like
sure
our
what it is
yeah.
that's happening, but
Our
you
nervous
need to-
system will tell
Yeah.
us. Like, I remember this was back in December, like before I went to Houston. I was like, man, mama, like, I can't even do this no more. Like, it got to one point where I was just ready to go check myself in, because it's like, dang, I just look at everything that I went through these last couple months. You're sitting here grieving. I'm sitting out here pushing. I'm sitting here doing all these kind of things, trying to take care of little sis. Like, it was so many things I was doing, but I just never felt like I had time. And I thought I was, like, really doing good, like, all of these months, but whole time I'm just working. Like, I'm just out here doing music and everything, but am I really sitting and, like,
No,
getting
keep
to
it
the
busy.
root? Like, I'm keeping myself busy, so that stuff hit before Houston and when I came back, because it's just like, now you thinking like, dang, I didn't want to come back to the same place where everything happened. Like, just being down there in Houston, just having opportunity and just being in a different space, all to come back to my grandmother's house where all the pain and stuff like was at, it was a trigger. So I was like, I was telling my mom, I said, I can't do it no more. I need to I need to go turn myself in. Like, I need to do this. And I was just like, man, but then I don't want them to keep me because guess what? I got to show up for them kids.
Yeah.
I got to show up for them kids. So I'm looking at the calendar. I'm asking my sister because she went. And I was like, how long they going to keep me if I go? She like, it ain't on you. She like, it ain't on you. It's on them.
They gonna tell you.
Like, they
I
going
need to be out by the 10th.
No, for real. So I chose not to go. I chose not to go because I'm like, they gonna keep me and I'm not gonna be able to show up for them kids. So that's like the responsibility of making the promise to be there for some kids. And I'm teaching them, but I'm still healing at the end of the day. So I'm there teaching them. And it was just so many things. I was just like, oh my God.
Though.
Yeah.
Right.
You didn't know it, but I was hypocritical a lot of times when we were mentoring you.
Like I was just like, man, because you don't want
you have to be there for them, but when do you
have to
Fill your cup.
and I always I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna go when I get done. Man, I'm gonna be on to the next thing when I get done. Like I'm not gonna go. So and then it's gonna be the same thing in a couple more months, and I'm gonna wish I would have took that time or whatever. Because I feel like once I make a promise to do something, I be trying to stand on
business.
I be trying to stand on business. So it's like, wow.
Well, I mean, I had to start realizing that for myself. Yes, you want to honor your
word and want to be trustworthy.
But the way that you want to show up for them, if you don't show up for yourself first, you're never going to be able to show up for them fully in that way.
You cannot pour from an empty vessel. Yeah. You have to fill your own cup first. That was one. You spoke a lot in that space. I know one thing that my homegirl sent me this reel at one point, and it said, do Black women or women in general, when they're going through pain, instead of processing their pain, do they fill that void with trying to be strong by filling it with accomplishments? Yeah. So going to school, getting more degrees. Yeah. Do we fill that void with, okay, let me go ahead and do this program where I'm mentoring other people. I begin to pour into other people. Do we mask our need to heal with, okay, let me do something else with create,
Absolutely.
You definitely. Absolutely. You do that and you still don't feel better.
No.
Like you still don't feel better.
Because you never dealt with it.
You still don't feel better.
You know, it was a very traumatic incident that happened to my oldest daughter. Mm-hmm. And every time even now, and it was a year ago, but I've lost time. It's 26, right?
2026.
Okay, very good. So it's been a little over a year. But every time I think about it and I start to feel it, I stop myself. Because some kind of way in my mind, I've convinced myself, if I feel it, I won't stop feeling it. And I don't have time to feel it fully.
So what are some ways, like, we all work as healers in some capacity, right? So what are some ways that we can really look at processing that, grief? I know you were joking talking about checking yourself in a serious way, though, but it's a like that's a real serious thing. I've done that before. Like I've had a moment where I had to sit out, like I had to take time, and I didn't want to. What it is,
giving ourselves time out.
Yeah, and then I need to just put away the phone and just like not put nothing on the calendar and just do this and that. My mom even got me a grief counselor.
Yes.
So when she seen that, and it was just like, wow, like I need to go talk to them. Like they are here for that support. I need to go talk to them. Not yet.
Okay.
I ain't even, like, when they called me, I missed it. And then she told me that it was them because I don't answer unknown numbers. But they left a voice message and I'm like, okay. But I actually did call back and they didn't answer. And then I didn't follow back up because guess what? I'm like, well, I'm good now. I'm like, I got the program. I'm doing these things. I'm good. But then I know I'm gonna come around and then I'm gonna need it. But even my little sister was telling me, because she had actually went to the mental, and I was just telling her, I was like, nope, I'm not gonna go. She like, if you need to go, go. And this is coming from my 18-year-old sister. Like, you gonna tell me? Like,
she's right.
But she was like, just go. She was like, it helped me.
Yeah.
That's what she said. And yeah, I just started a whole nother conversation.
But I've done different types of counseling, like group counseling. I've done therapy where it's just, one-on-one therapy. But I think that does help, being able to really bring up your emotions, but really ask like, well, what does this mean? Like, how is this impacting me now? How is it showing up for me now? In what ways is it showing up? And really processing that, you know?
And having an outside party to kind of help you
Yes.
navigate it.
Yeah.
You know, mom, she gave you a resource.
Right.
But she's grieving too, right? It was
Exactly.
her mother.
Yeah.
So can she really help you through this?
Yeah.
And she needs to.
And that's when I started looking at
help
it
with
in a
herself.
different lens. It's like mama can't do it because mama's still going through it.
Even
but
though she probably wants to.
Yeah.
And she is showing up the way that she can.
Because when she that day I called her and all I said was, "What you doing?" And then she was like, "Nothing, about to go do something." I hung up. I was about to cry. So then she called back. I was crying, and it was just nothing else said on the phone. And then she came, and then she didn't say nothing to me, and I was just there crying. Like she just was right there. Like it was just very hard to say something. So she left, and then that's when she made the call. So she probably didn't know what to what to say, how to even. You know, so she just sat there, watched me, and she was just...
Because while you lost your grandmother, she lost her mother.
Yeah, so it's
but
crazy.
She knew she had to be there for you, but how can I really give? We just
Which
talked
was
about
the
this.
resource.
Yeah,
But it was the resource.
Yeah.
So she knew,
Yeah.
maybe I can't do this, but
I can
do this.
Yeah. And they actually were the hospice, a part of the hospice that took care of my grandmother.
Okay.
You know, they be having some resources and stuff for families that's dealing with grief.
Yeah.
So that's what it was. And I was just like, okay, I'm gonna tap in, but it's like you can have it, or are you gonna pick up the phone? Because I called
really
back, but they didn't answer, and then I never pressed it again because at this point I had just started doing other stuff, and boom.
And I think that's the answer to your question. We have to learn that it's okay to pause and look after ourselves. Nothing is going to stop moving if we pause.
The morning after.